I don't know about when you grew up, but there was a saying when I grew up that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. So why does it feel like we're in a generation that is more wounded by words than ever before? In today's video, I want to discuss why I think anti-bullying and the whole idea of anti-anything, it doesn't work. My name is Mike, and I am a firm believer that in order for me to be old and wise, I had to be young and foolish, and I'm working on that. So as I said, anti-bullying seems to have, in my opinion, the reverse effect on what we are trying to do. We are trying to make it so that people don't bully other people. And I see it a lot in the neighborhood, around schools, that it doesn't work. What it does, in my opinion, and if you have differing opinions, please don't get angry. Put them in the chat. Let's have a discussion about this. But what I believe happens when we focus on anti-bullying, what we're doing is we are raising a generation of victims. We are teaching adults how to be victims. We're not teaching them how to stand up for themselves. We're teaching them to look to other people to help you sort out your problems. We're teaching them to be a tattletale. We're teaching them to go to the boss, go to the principal, go to the teacher, and make the bullying stop. Now, before I get too far into this, if bullying is happening, yes, like you want to be able to reach out to people to see if they can help you get it to stop. But in my experience, bullying's not going anywhere. I've seen at sporting events for kids, I've seen their grown-ass parents cussing out a competitor's kid. That makes no sense. I've seen grown-ass parents bullying a teacher or a principal at a school because they didn't like what was going on. This anti-bullying is not going to help anybody. What we need to do is teach our kids, we need to teach our loved ones, those around us, how to stand up. We need people to not focus on anti-bullying, but to focus on how are you going to stand up for yourself? At what point is there a line that's been crossed? Some people don't like this, and I'm okay with it, but again, I'm not for bullying. My kids have been told that, one, they're never allowed to be the bully. We've got some restrictions here, but they're also not allowed to see their friends get bullied, to see their families get bullied, or I have siblings, to see each other get bullied. They're not allowed to stand and watch. They are there to help negotiate that situation. Now, this is for kids, and I grew up in a time where somebody was bullying you. If you popped them one time in the nose and you made them bleed, the bullying stopped. And a lot of people are going to watch this and going to say, I hope a lot of people are watching this, but a lot of people that are with anti-bullying are going to say, but violence begets more violence. Not against a bully. When you pop a bully in the face with reality, whatever that reality might be, it might be a knuckle sandwich. But bullies tend to pick on weak people. Bullies tend to pick on anti-bullying people. They see it as a weakness. But if you can stand up for yourself, whether that be at work, whether that be in the playground, whether that be in the park, whatever it might be, you have to stand up and voice yourself. So much of today's world is talking about feelings and how you can express them. And people are getting away with such bullshit that they're being the anti-bully side of things, but they're bullying people because they are thinking that their thoughts and their feelings trump everybody else's. If you want to get rid of bullying, you have to have a strong backbone. You have to be willing to stand up for what you believe in. You have to be willing to stand up for yourself, for your loved ones, for your friends, for your colleagues. You can't just sit back. Now, I'm not saying just run your mouth and talk shit to everybody because you're like, you're trying to bully somebody. No. Figure out the right way and the right place and the right time to stand up, but you do have to stand up. That's how we get rid of bullying. That's how we move past people getting picked on at work. Teach them to stand up for themselves. 9 times out of 10, if you can stand up for yourself and you show the bully that you're not having it, again, 9 times out of 10, they will leave you alone. They may not be like, oh, I'm going to leave you alone, but they're going to move to another target. And maybe, because it's not like, well, they're not picking on me, that's great. No, they're going to pick on somebody else. But maybe if you take the backbone that you've grown and you stand up for somebody else who's getting picked on, now we're not talking about anti-bullying anymore. We're talking about empowerment. We're talking about building people up. I think that there is way more power for us as individuals, for us as families, as colleagues, as teammates. There is much more power by empowering each other to stand up for themselves and for those around them. Forget anti-bullying. Anything that has been anti does not work. Anti-war, you get war. Anti-drugs, you get more drugs. When are we going to pick up on this idea that if we fight the anti, we're going to get more of it? So get more empowered and stand up for yourself and stand up for others. That's my rant. Okay, ciao.